The episode begins with the king leaving his nation, but unexpectedly returning just 2 days later. When Rimuru asks why he came back, the king reveals he brought a gift and throws a bag forward, revealing Vesta bound inside. Both are shocked, and Kaijin asks why Vesta is here. The king says Vesta's brilliant mind was rotting away, so he handed him over. Kaiser worries Vesta knows top-secret national information, but the king assures them it's fine. After all, Vesta is the one who left the kingdom. Vesta promises to give his best and asks Rimuru and the others for forgiveness. Kaijin convinces Rimuru that Vesta's inventions would benefit their village, so Rimuru allows him to stay. The king leaves everything to Vesta and departs. Then, Rigor questions the others about what they're doing, and Gobta cheekily says he prefers working. Here, Shuna, irritated, draws her sword, but Gabiru suddenly kneels and begs for a chance to work under Rimuru. His sister, the secretary of the Lizardmen King, also arrives, saying she wants to learn new things. Rimuru decides to give them names. And when he names Gabiru again, despite already having one, Gabiru evolves due to the magical energy. Rimuru is surprised that even repeating a name could cause evolution. Later, some lizardmen evolve to appear human. Rimuru then creates a research lab for Vesta, who begins working on improved healing potions using Rimuru's body as a model. Meanwhile, a powerful force approaches. Milim, the demon lord, arrives to challenge Rimuru. The next episode begins with two men discussing how a slime named Rimuru defeated an orc lord, and one of them doubts whether such a creature could be dangerous. He decides to investigate Rimuru himself. Meanwhile, Milim is enjoying a new dish in the village and marvels at how delicious the food is. At Vesta's lab, Rimuru checks on Gabiru's injuries from his last fight, but Gabiru insists he's fine. Vesta announces he has completed a new communication crystal and informed the king of Revan about Milim's attack and Rimuru's response. Vesta proudly presents a new healing potion that cures 99% of ailments, a step up from his previous 98% effective version. Rimuru tests the potion and confirms it matches his own body's healing output. Kaijin, however, warns against selling such powerful potions directly, as they could make humans nearly immortal, causing chaos. Rimuru agrees to sell diluted versions to boost the economy safely. Suddenly, a huge explosion occurs, drawing a crowd. Soe informs Rimuru that new visitors angered Milim, who severely injured Rigurd. Rimuru uses a healing potion on him, then finds Milim standing over injured guests. Milim claims they mocked the village and hurt citizens. One of the guests reveals himself as the Beast King's right hand, but Milim attacks when they disrespect the village. Later, Rimuru scolds Milim for acting without permission, and she tries to act innocent. He punishes her by taking away her lunch. Eventually, Rimuru handles the situation, and the Beast King's man leaves with a warning. The episode ends with new threats looming. The episode begins with the Beast Kingdom's soldiers discussing their failure, as their leader laments underestimating the slime Rimuru, realizing the village he leads holds great power. He vows to prove himself to Lord Milim. Suddenly, a strange, jester-like man named Footman appears, offering help, followed by Tyr, who claims they can make him stronger. They tell him about Charybdis, the Destroyer, which is about to respawn, and suggest using it to gain power. Though one of the men warns against trusting them, the leader agrees. They say they'll use Charybdis before it revives naturally and control it, boosting his strength. We see Charybdis surrounded by floating shark-like creatures hinting at its return. The man agrees to the plan, sending his men back to the Beast Kingdom, deciding to offer himself as the host. Meanwhile, Rimuru's village is enjoying a hot springs competition with Milim, Cheyenne, and Shuna arguing playfully about who stayed in the water longest. Rimuru watches from a distance, annoyed by Kuze's presence, who claims he's staying for vacation. Kuze assures him that he has already spread word of Rimuru's victory over the Orc Lord. Rimuru then proposes building a trade road between their nations. Later, Footman and Tyr lead the man into a cave to become Charybdis' host. Meanwhile, a dryad named Reyna, Trainee's sister, warns Rimuru's group of Charybdis' return. A meeting reveals Charybdis is a reincarnating calamity, created from Velda's magicules, possibly making him Rimuru's sibling. They prepare defenses as Charybdis and its megalodons move toward the village. The next episode begins with Charybdis, and a swarm of megalodons advancing toward Rimuru's village, and Rimuru realizes it's because of Veldora's presence inside him. Despite the overwhelming enemy force, Rimuru assures everyone that their defenses are ready. Benimaru, the goblin soldiers, trained orcs, and Gabiru's lizardmen clan are all assembled. Benimaru attacks one megalodon with his hellflare, but though the attack seems powerful, it barely damages it. Great Sage reveals that within 300 meters, magic attacks lose effectiveness. Rimuru decides to shift to physical attacks, and the orcs launch a coordinated strike. Even with the combined effort, the megalodon withstands the assault until Gabiru uses his trident to finally defeat one. The king's soldiers also arrive and assist in the fight, effectively damaging more megalodons. Meanwhile, Sui uses his string technique to manipulate one megalodon into colliding with another, eliminating both. Xion and Ranga team up, displaying surprising synergy. Xion slices one in half while Ranga uses lightning to defeat another. Milim, frustrated at not being allowed to fight, watches eagerly. When Charybdis itself arrives, attacks from all sides prove ineffective as it begins regenerating quickly. Rimuru learns from Great Sage that Charybdis has ultra-speed healing, recovering in just 3 minutes. Eventually, Rimuru calls in Milim, discovering that Charybdis actually seeks revenge against her. With a single devastating attack called Dragon Buster, Milim annihilates Charybdis. Rimuru purifies the host body and learns it was manipulated by Footman and Tyr. Later, Beast King Carrion arrives, apologizes for his subordinate, and agrees to form a peace treaty with Rimuru. The next episode begins with Hawk slicing through a Magna doll with ease, impressing everyone around him. Gobta praises how effortlessly he defeated it, and the remains are prepared as dinner. Kale and Koob examine the fins, realizing their durability and lightness make them perfect for weapons, shields, and expensive armor. A victory celebration follows after defeating Charybdis, with Rimuru pleased about forming a non-aggression treaty with Lord Carrion. Rimuru relaxes in the hot spring, thanking Milim for her help, who humbly says it was easy for her. Milim encourages Rimuru to become a demon lord, but he refuses. Curious, he asks her why she became one, and Milim admits she doesn't quite remember, but jokes that at least she made a friend like him. She prepares to leave, promising to warn the other demon lords not to interfere with his village. That night, Rimuru dreams of Shizu asking him to help her students in the royal kingdom, which makes him tear up. The next day, he tells everyone his plan to leave for a while, assuring them the village is stable in his absence. He travels to Ingrassia, recalling that one of Shizu's students was named Yuki. Arriving quickly thanks to Ranga's speed, he uses an ID provided by King Gazelle to enter the city. He's amazed by the technology and meets Grandmaster Yuki. At first suspicious, Yuki realizes Rimuru is not a threat, and they bond over shared memories of manga and games. Rimuru then prepares to meet Shizu's summoned students to fulfill her dying wish.